One of the most disturbing examples involves Marilyn Monroe, the face of Hollywood innocence and desire. In one of her most talked-about films, a scene required Marilyn to appear emotionally vulnerable while surrounded by men who were instructed to provoke her reactions. What audiences saw as playful discomfort was, according to Monroe herself, genuine anxiety and humiliation. The director allowed the cameras to keep rolling even when Marilyn visibly froze. Her shaky laugh, her nervous glances, and her forced smile were not part of the script. They were real responses from a woman who felt exposed and powerless. Later in private letters, Marilyn admitted that scenes like these made her feel less like an actress and more like an object. Yet the studio promoted the scene as her natural charm. Another case comes from Alfred Hitchcock's treatment of Tippi Hedren. During the filming of The Birds, Hedren was told mechanical birds would be used for attack scenes. Instead, Hitchcock ordered live birds to be thrown at her without warning. The terror on her face was not acting. She screamed, cried, and begged for the scene to stop. Hitchcock refused. The footage was used in the final cut. Hedren later revealed she suffered physical injuries and emotional trauma from the experience. For decades, audiences praised the realism of the scene, unaware that the fear they witnessed was real and unplanned. Clark Gable, often remembered as the ultimate Hollywood gentleman, was involved in one of the most controversial scenes of the era during the filming of Gone with the Wind. In a scene with Vivien Leigh, Gable allegedly used force that went beyond the script. Leigh's reaction of shock was real, and although the moment lasted only seconds on screen, it haunted her privately. At the time, Leigh had no power to speak out. The studio dismissed the incident as method acting, and the scene became iconic, while the truth remained buried. Vivien Leigh herself experienced another moment where reality crossed into performance. Known for her emotional intensity, Leigh struggled with mental health issues that were ignored by studios. In one scene, her breakdown was filmed without interruption, even after she asked for a pause. The tears, shaking, and collapse audiences saw were not staged. They were the result of exhaustion and emotional overload. Instead of helping her, the director saw an opportunity to capture what he called pure cinema. Leigh later said she felt violated by how her pain was exploited for entertainment. Judy Garland's story is perhaps one of the most heartbreaking. As a teenage star, she was placed on strict diets, given pills to stay awake, and sedatives to sleep. In several scenes, especially musical numbers requiring forced cheerfulness, Garland was physically ill and emotionally drained. In one particular scene, her smile barely hides the pain in her eyes. That moment was not acting. She was struggling to stay upright. The studio praised her professionalism while ignoring the damage they caused. Garland later described feeling like a machine rather than a human being. Another shocking example involves Montgomery Clift, an actor known for his emotional honesty. During the filming of a dramatic confrontation scene, Clift was pushed by the director to relive personal trauma to achieve realism. He was not warned about the direction the scene would take. The breakdown captured on film was genuine. Clift later admitted he felt emotionally exposed and manipulated. Audiences praised the raw performance, unaware that it came at the cost of his mental well-being. Marlon Brando, often associated with method acting, crossed lines himself, but was also subjected to them. In one controversial scene, Brando was encouraged to improvise physical actions that his co-star had not agreed to beforehand. Her shocked expression was real. Years later, she revealed she felt betrayed by both Brando and the director. At the time, the incident was dismissed as artistic freedom. Today, it is recognized as a serious violation of trust. Finally, there is Rita Hayworth, whose image as a glamorous goddess hid deep personal pain. In one famous dance sequence, Hayworth was forced to repeat exhausting takes while injured. Her smiles and flawless movements masked real suffering. She later admitted that scenes praised for elegance were moments when she felt physically broken. The studio ignored her condition, prioritizing perfection over health. These stories are not meant to destroy the legacy of classic cinema, but to humanize the stars who built it. Behind the glamour were real people with real emotions, often trapped in a system that valued profit over dignity. The scenes that shocked, thrilled, and moved audiences sometimes did so because they captured something painfully real. Hollywood sold fantasy,